Monkey face. All right. My next one. I don't know. You have seen this, but I don't know if you remember it. We watched it. This is always going to be the movie with Neil Patrick Harris's weird sex face, and that is Gone Girl.
Nick Dunn, you're probably the most hated man in America right now. Did you kill your wife, Nick?
Everyone told us and told us marriage is hard work. Not for me and Nick.
As you all know, my wife, Amy Elliott Dunn, disappeared 3 days ago. I had nothing to do with the disappearance of my wife. I have nothing to hide.
Sammy got friends we can talk to?
No, not really.
You don't know if she has friends, you don't know what she does all day, and you don't know your wife's blood type.
Just being a good guy, so everybody can see him being a good guy.
Well, you really don't like him, do you?
All I'm trying to do is be nice to the people who are volunteering to help find Amy.
I will practice believing my husband loves me.
I recognize the name.
Starring Ben Affleck and Rosemary Harris, I think her name is, and Neil Patrick Harris, in a scene where he makes a weird sex face, and it's really funny. It's about Nick. Ben Affleck plays a guy named Nick, and his wife has disappeared, and boy howdy, does it look like he murdered her, and him and his lawyer, played by Tyler Perry, and his sister are trying to figure out what happened to her, and she has left him a scavenger hunt of various things, and it's all backstory is all told through the perspective of her journal, and it's based on a book by Gillian Flynn, and she wrote the screenplay. Jordan, do you have any idea? Do you remember what the big twist of this is?
Not specifically.
Well, the big twist, Jordan, is that big twist turns out that she actually isn't dead. She is alive and is a total psycho. And she had grown dissatisfied in her marriage and found out that he was cheating on her. And so she decided to frame him for murder. And so she has made it look like he killed her. And she has moved into this neighborhood or whatever, and a huge chunk of the movie is the backstory of like how she managed to get away with this plan. You find out that all the journal entries are fake, and that he isn't as bad as she's made him out to be. But we really never find out like exactly what he's like, because they never really elaborate on it. She gets robbed by her neighbors and ends up having to go back, or she ends up running into Neil Patrick Harris, who plays an ex-boyfriend. And she sees, basically Ben Affleck kind of starts to piece together that she might not actually be dead when he follows the scavenger hunt, and the final clue basically leads him to the sister's garage, where like she's basically been framing him by buying a bunch of shit with credit cards and making it look like it was him. And so all the stuff that was bought with the credit cards is at the sister's place. And I can't remember. Basically, she sees him on this talk show and realizes that she still likes him, and that she is in love with the version of him he is when he is effectively groveling. And so she, while having sex with him, in a scene that's very weird, slices Neil Patrick Harris's throat and makes it, and there's a bunch of scenes of her like basically making it look like he assaulted her and that she escaped him. So she goes back to Ben Affleck, like covered in blood or whatever, and she corners him in the shower while he's completely naked, and she's like, "You fucking murdered somebody." He's like, "Yeah, I did it. I did it, and you can't prove it, and no one will ever believe you, because who are they gonna believe? You, the cheating husband, or me, the wife who escaped a rapist?" And he's like, "What? What?" And she
Pretty It's pretty fucked up, Justin.
she inseminates herself with his sperm and gets herself pregnant, and essentially traps him in this marriage because he's like, I'm gonna obviously leave you because you're crazy. And so then she tells him that, yeah, she's pregnant with his kid, and the sister's like, you gotta leave her. He's like, no, I have to stay and take care of this kid who, like it or not, is mine. And the movie, from my perspective, it's written by it's based on a book which I own, and the book is told through the journal entries that they show in the movie. The book is written through those, so you never, at least I only read about half of it, and you only ever really see her perspective. You never really see his perspective, but the movie is written by the author of the book.
Okay.
So I don't know if this is a faithful adaptation or what the deal is, but it ends with it seems to want to make this moral equivalency that like what he did is just as bad, because I was reading about it, and the whole idea seems to be like, oh, it wants to prove that women are just as bad as men, and women do just as bad things as men do, and women are just as awful as men, but like also seems to want.
I mean, they can, that
they
they are
do.
capable. They are capable, and they do.
Because they're also humans.
Yes, that's not an inaccurate statement.
But like the movie, by the end of it, it seems that the moral messaging of the ending of the movie seems to be like, oh, they deserve each other. Like, she's awful and crazy and insane and a psychopath,
and so is he.
And so is he. But like, not that I'm gonna. Cheating is wrong. Okay, cheating is wrong, morally wrong. But it's not as morally wrong as murdering somebody. And like they show her, she graphically murders Neil Patrick Harris, like slits his throat, and it's never
okay.
proven.
Whoa! We don't need to go into graphic details.
It's never proven that he didn't do it. She never gets caught. So far as the world knows, he's just a rapist who's a murderer, who's an attempted murderer. And that's not really morally the same as cheating, in my opinion. Like, they're not morally the same thing, not even remotely.
They're very different levels of bad,
right? Like, should he have, like, and to be fair, it's trying to make the case that a major component of this is she's rich. She's basically, her parents are she's the subject of like a children's book, like third grade.
Dr. Zeus.
Dr. Zeus kind of children's book. And so her family is rich. And so the implication is that he's only staying with her because she's paying for his bar. And out the back of this whole thing, his bar is now franchised. They're about to have a baby. They're getting all sorts of television interview deals and are now extra rich. And at the beginning of the movie, it said that they're poor and they're barely getting along, and they need something. The books aren't really doing very well, and like they've basically burnt through her trust fund, and so they need money. And so the implication is that, like, yeah, his morals are like he's willing to lower his morals to stay with a clearly unhinged woman because it financially benefits him. But again, it's not really morally the same as murder.
You're not going to hear a disagreement from me.
I'm just saying. But it's a pretty good movie. It's directed by David Fincher, who directed The Social Network and Fight Club. So
one of mine.
Yeah. So it kind of has that. It has his kind of. It's remarkably, considering it's 2.5 hours, it's not a badly paced movie. It really isn't. It didn't feel overly long. Like it didn't really. There's a bit with some of her like fucking around with the people who rob her that goes on for a bit long. Like it maybe could have been 2 hours, but I didn't feel bored by it. But it's a David Fincher movie. It's hard to feel bored by his movies. Yeah, that's it. That's Gone Girl. Hey there, everybody. It's Endcard Justin here. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Do you think that cheating is morally equivalent to murder? Because, like, I don't. But anyway, let me know what you're thinking down in the comments. But in the meantime, if you'd like to see the full podcast that this video is from, you can click the box on the left, and that's going to take you to our What a Twist episode. Or you can click the box on the right, and that's going to take you to a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out 7 days a week. That's a new video every single day for you. Or you can just leave this video a like. That helps us out a lot as well. We will see you all in the next video, everybody.